All right, kicking us off, SAPOL have said that cocaine will join the list of drugs being used in random drug tests on the road.
Yes.
So this includes methamphetamine, cannabis, and ecstasy as well in that list.
And what is it? As of start of next year, they're going to add cocaine to that as well.
Yep, so it's going to be added then, and yeah, pretty much it's at the idea that the national average for cocaine consumption is at an all-time high. It's at its highest level, particularly in capital cities, so it's to counteract that. But the drug driving offences in South Australia are an $849 fine, 3 months disqualification and 4 demerit points, so definitely not worth it.
Don't be stupid on the roads and, make sure if you're driving, you are completely clear of anything in your system.
Exactly right. And Uni Adelaide and Flinders Uni have joined together to do a bit of a study on where we should live pretty much in terms of urban environments as opposed to forest and plant areas. So they predict that by 2050, most people will be living kind of in a city-based kind of landscape.
Right.
But they're
so
saying,
off the coast.
So by buildings and by the city and everything. So not by plantations or trees.
Right.
So urban lifestyle by 2050. But they're saying this is dangerous because by then our bodies wouldn't have adapted to living around plants and forest areas. So we'll be prone to allergies, asthma and things like that. So big study there. And US cybersecurity CrowdStrike have apologised for the big outage, the global IT outage that pissed off everyone for a bit there.
Yeah, it stopped a few businesses from being able to trade.
Well, it's come out that 8.5 million Windows devices were affected.
Yeah.
Over about 30,000 different businesses. So a huge number there. But experts are saying that it is a bit of a wake-up call to how things in healthcare, education, and government can be affected and are still prone to attacks.
There you go. That's your news from overnight. Over the weekend, it was my grandma's birthday. So shout out to my grandma, Nettie. And on the Sunday, we went up for lunch at a pub in the hills. And on the drive up, I was gaining some introspective into my sister's life.
Yeah, sure.
So I was driving up with my sister and her partner, Luke. And he was saying, oh, yeah. I was like, what have you done for the weekend? He's like, I was teaching Kate how to do the cha-cha.
Cha-cha-cha.
Yeah, right. So
like,
this is, it really is a weird glimpse into someone else's life when you start imagining them at their house behind closed doors, what goes on.
Practicing the cha-cha.
The cha-cha. It's bizarre.
And my sister's partner, Luke, is a bit of an enigma. Every time I have a conversation with him, I learn something new about him. I've learned that he got chased out of a town in Canada when he lost a beer pong championship, and that was the odds. The loser has to leave town.
Yeah.
Now I'm learning this bloke knows the cha-cha.
Yeah. Next minute you'll find out he got kicked out of Mexico for doing the flamenco. It's a blend between two different stories.
So as he's telling me and going off like, yeah, we're doing the cha-cha, like Kate's starting to pick it up. So then my sister responds, he doesn't know the cha-cha.
Right, so did she say this in front of him?
Yeah. And there's nothing more embarrassing than being caught out in a lie, right? But this is more of a white lie that he's given because his idea of the cha-cha is just doing any old dance move and saying
Cha-cha-cha.
Right, okay, so it's almost like, Luke, you're doing the moonwalk and saying cha-cha. That's not the cha-cha. The cha-cha has its own specific dance move to it.
Not in his eyes. In his eyes, it's just doing anything and going
Cha-cha-cha.
All right, well, I'll definitely pin him for this next time I see him and see what he comes out with.
So I want to have a chat about those white lies.
Yeah, of course, these white lies are those ones that aren't too bad. They're not too incriminating. They're just little things that you push the truth just a tiny bit to make yourself look a bit better.
Yeah, we want to hear what's your white lie. Have you got any white lies you sometimes spread?
Yeah, I feel like when someone ever gives me, I was thinking about it before, when someone ever gives me a nice red wine or something and I taste it and I say,
very earthy.
This is great. This is awesome. Start spitting out a bunch of bull crap. I have no idea. I think it all tastes pretty similar, actually.
I reckon most wine drinkers are the same.
You could give me casket.
Oaky, this one, isn't it?
But absolute white lie, especially when you're on a wine tour and you're trying to make them feel better, but it's all really the same.
Somebody's texted through, straight off the bat, I learnt the hard way that you always compliment the misso's outfit.
Big time.
Oh, absolutely.
This one here, I always laugh at a joke, whether it's funny or not. Occasionally, I won't even get it. So I laugh repeating the punchline. I feel like that's a dicey one. When you start repeating the punchline, you could be in too deep.
Yeah,
everyone does that one.
Like, you get it, right? Like,
yeah.
yeah.
Of course I get it.
Flamingos. Yeah, how could I not? Another text here. I pretend like I like my mother-in-law's cooking, even though it's crap.
Oh, that's a huge one. I feel like a lot of people could relate to that.
Yeah. What are you doing? Like going for seconds, even thirds maybe, just to really solidify it? Like, nah, it's great.
No, you'd probably throw around the classic, can I have the recipe for this one? And never use it. Straight in the bin, burn it up.
I'll take the leftovers home if you're not having them.
I love this one here. I've made dinner for my family, but it was takeaway Thai food. No questions asked.
Done the old Principal Skinner.
Through the window.
Hams. That's something I could see you doing, actually.
I reckon it's definitely up my alley for sure.
Another text here to wrap things up from the text line. When Party Rock Anthem came out, I told everyone that I could shuffle.
Every day I'm shuffling.
I couldn't really, and I had an ankle injury for about 2 years till people finally stopped asking me to shuffle to this song.
Seems like a weird one to want to brag about that you can do anyway.
Yeah, I guess it was really popular. Hey, let's cross over to Sarah in Darlington. G'day, Sarah. How are you?
Hey guys, how are you?
Yeah,
very good.
Very well, thank you. Now, Sarah, what's your white lie?
So basically, I'm a primary school teacher. I teach year twos, and every year at parent-teacher interviews, I have to speak nicely about the kids, even if they're little shit.
Right, okay. So is this a big thing amongst teachers that, secretly you do have a few gripes with some of the kids?
Yeah, I'd say so. Like, a lot of my friends at work, they have the same thing. I mean, they're just those, bratty kids in every class, and you can't exactly tell their parents that they're, naughty and stuff like that or rude. You've just got to be nice and smile.
Right. What do you pull the, they're a good student, they're just very distracting and like to talk too much? Do you pull that card quite often?
Yeah, or I just say they're a bit of a character or wild-spirited, hard to tame, yeah.
And Sarah, is that a nice way of saying they are just kind of jerks?
Yeah, basically.
Right,
well,
so it's good to know all my teachers thought I was a jerk.
The secret code word.
Everyone wants a sip from the fountain of youth, right? Whether you're young, you're trying to ward off wrinkles, or maybe you're a bit older and you're just trying different remedies to give you that youthful glow again.
For sure.
Well, we're always seeing people come out with what they do, all their different remedies. We've talked about a few different people on the show who've lived over 100 years and their secret was purely just happiness. And they'd say, I'd have a cigar a day. I'd have a toke of whiskey.
Yeah, you do get the occasional grandma who's, 105 saying champagne.
Yeah.
Champagne showers. And you think, wow, that's a great remedy I can get around.
I've got to say, obviously, they've just got very good genes. Wouldn't be recommending those remedies. But old mate here, Julius Abraham, he reckons he has the secret sauce to looking youthful and claiming he hasn't aged in 18 years.
Wow, okay, 18 years, a long haul. I mean, over any part of your lifespan, almost nearing 20 years, you're going to for sure get a few wrinkles, whatever.
Absolutely. So he's 54 now, so he's definitely in wrinkle territory.
Yep.
But he claims people commonly mistake him for being in his late 20s to early 30s. And, I mean, what he does, I think we just jump straight into the remedy. So about 2 decades ago, he's on YouTube, so real early days, just as YouTube's coming out. And he's seen a video of some 70-year-old woman, and he thought, wow, as if she's 70, she looks like she's only 30.
Yeah.
And she shared her trick, which he's been doing for the last 18 years. Steam veggies, you eat the steam veggies, and then you drink the vegetable water that's left over.
Yuck. Drinking the veggie water.
Drink the veggie
That's
water
not on.
from the steaming.
You had me at eating veggies and you think, well, okay, vegetables, we all know they're good for you.
Yeah.
But drinking the veggie water, that's a bit
leftover
gross.
water as well. He reckons that is what's kept him so youthful. And it sounds like a pretty average dinner. So you're probably wondering, geez, I'd love to see what Julius Abraham looks like. The burning question, what does Julius look like? And I'll tell you right now, Callum, he's got a lot of grey hairs. He's got a receding hairline. He's got crow's feet on show. And he definitely just looks like he's 54 years old.
Do you reckon he could be over 54? The veggies are working backwards on the guy.
I think he looks like a good 54-year-old, but he definitely still looks 54. Don't be drinking steam veggie water.
Nah, go back to the sunscreen and retinol. Getting out of work is as desired of a skill as much as the actual skill of working itself sometimes. You got to be good at juggling both.
Yeah, I feel like this is a common talk topic for us on the show as well. How do we get out of work?
Yeah, well, we like to throw around a few good ideas and, get the fresh fan to help us out too. So it's it's symbiotic. We help each other out, so we can all figure out ways to get out of work when you need it the most.
Look, as hard as anyone works, I feel like everyone at heart is a bit of a bludger.
At some point, you're going to be, let me just go off an early minute.
God, let me pull a sickie.
Yeah,
let
for
me
sure.
get out of here early today.
Yep, everyone loves that. And we've met someone at work here at Fresh who's a bit of a pioneer of this.
Yeah, you know what? I think the thing that this person at work is doing, I don't think has been done before.
Yeah,
I reckon
think
this is a world first you're about to hear on the show.
he's a bit of an innovator, and he doesn't even know it himself. You know, he doesn't realise that he's wearing a cape and that he's a work excuse crusader.
Vigilante.
Yeah, he doesn't even realise he's quite humble, but it's our mate Diego at work. And I will say his name because we're not throwing him under the bus because he's doing a good job.
We're praising him,
and
if
a
anything.
service to all of us.
Yeah, a huge service. What is it he's doing, Callum?
So Diego has been sending a bunch of meetings to us on our event calendar on our emails. So pretty much we get an event sent to us and then we can tick the approval to say we're attending.
And these are things that, you know, everyone would be able to see. If they try and book another meeting with us, it'll show that we have conflicts at this time. We're in another meeting.
Yep, so everyone will see that. And Diego has thought about this dilemma. And so simply he has changed the name to Stock Analysis Meeting. It's that easy. And it caught us off guard at first because he turned to me and he said, "Are you coming to the stock analysis meeting?" And I thought, that sounds boring as hell. Exactly the thing I would want to skip.
Yeah, but it's just a cover to go get a cheap schnitzel at the pub on a Tuesday when they have their cheap snitty days at the Elephant next door.
Yeah, so he's worked out the itinerary. He's thought, this is where we get a cheap schnitzel. Let's do it at this time. No, if anyone were to see it on our calendars, it looks like we're doing proper work.
It looks like we're doing more work than what we usually do.
A lot of hard work. Who knows what he means by stock analysis? You know, there's no bullet points on it, but that's the excuse he's going for.
Yeah, so we're going to go to the text line here, Callum. We want you to get involved, Adelaide. Maybe you have some different ways of how you're getting out of work, how you're bludging. Is there anyone out there that's doing the fake meetings as well? I feel like this is a pioneer. I feel like we said world first. I don't think anyone's thought of doing the fake meetings just to get out of work before.
Yeah,
but
I would love to know if anyone has.
But if you have any other ways of how you get out of work, let us know. This text here, this one's unreal. It's a bit of an effort, but work's a treat. I got a fake dog, show pictures and then pretend like it's having all these issues to get a working from home day.
Right.
Even borrowed a mate's dog to bring into work once just to seal the deal.
That's really elaborate and weird.
Power to you.
This one, yeah, I do this. We do this at work. The fake meetings. We call it "Let's Make Dough" on the email invite. People think we're off making money. We're at the nearby pizza bar.
Yeah,
very sneaky. I don't mind that.
Don't mind it at all. Hey, and this text here, not really a bludge, but my work offers up to 2 weeks off a year if we're doing charity work. So I help out a charity for a couple hours and then get the rest of the day off.
Hey, you know what? Good on you.
Bit of a loophole. I like it.
That's a great one. This one here. Morning, guys. I do long distance running as a hobby, but I say at work that I'm an elite athlete and pretend to go to special training sessions to wag work from Mel. Feel like your rap would be pretty exposed, wouldn't it? Pretty quickly.
Yeah. You'd hope there'd be no office, running competitions coming up.
Oh, you run the marathon. You're great.
Another one here. Just the classic one for me, boys. Faking a sickie on Mondays or Fridays.
Okay. Yeah, good one. I think about just everywhere has given this bloke I work with food poisoning. He's overdone it. Now the office thinks everywhere is contaminated. Imagine being this guy just lying about everywhere in your vicinity, taking one restaurant down one by one.
Hey, let's head over to Andamuco. We got Andy on the line. G'day, Andy. How are you, mate?
Yeah, good. How are you?
Very good.
Very well. Now, mate, how are you getting out of work? What's your bludge technique?
Yeah, well, a couple of times a year we'll get an email from the boys over in Melbourne saying we've got a Friday afternoon meeting. We either call it the team bonding or the state of play meeting.
Yep.
That's pretty much the white flag to say that the Blues are playing at the MCG on Friday night. So we catch up on Friday afternoon.
So it's a footy trip.
We put the flights on the business card and away we go.
Unreal. So, no one suspects a thing. Nobody at work is thinking, I reckon they might be at the footy. Are you trying to hide any pictures from going online? Or?
Yeah, is it a no phone zone?
Oh, yeah, no. When it comes to the Friday and the Monday where you're not in, then they start asking questions. But yeah.
But how many times have you done this?
It's a couple of times a year.
Whoa.
Yeah,
And
it's been going on for about 10 years.
What questions do they ask you?
It's gone on a decade,
Are
did you
you
say?
going to finally come clean?
Is it a full strength or are we going on the spirits, Andy?
Andy, we'll have to have you invited to our stock analysis meeting at the Elephant later today, mate.
Oh, sounds good, lads.
Yeah, you seem like a pro. We'll chuck a footy on.
Good on you, mate. Hey, if you're currently looking for a job or, you're looking at moving jobs, we've got some tips for you this morning from job recruiter Emily Levine over in LA. Callum, she's worked in recruiting since 2010.
Yep.
Currently the executive vice president at Career Group Companies. So she knows what she's talking about. And I got to say, some of these red flags that she's saying recruiters are looking out for are things that I would have never thought about.
All right, so these are the unsuspecting red flags that go in the business. Are they little things, big things? What are we going?
It moves up from little to big, but these are some of the job recruiters' biggest red flags for you to avoid, Adelaide. So get your pads and paper ready. First thing, don't overshare what you expect from the position.
Right, okay.
So don't go on about asking, where can this role take me? What's the next move? Number one thing to do if you're applying for one job, don't then start asking about another job, because in the recruiter's eyes, that's setting off alarm bells. They're looking for someone for this job, and if you're asking about another one, they're thinking, well, if they're only here for 3 months, what's the point of hiring them?
Seems like it's on the same vein as asking the question, so when do I get hired?
When do I start?
And every employer, I'm sure, hates that one.
Yeah. Another one, which seems like a bit of an obvious one, but apparently it's not. Don't come in underprepared, because it's very easy to tell when someone's winging an interview, and it happens more often than you'd think. So make sure you do your research of the business.
Geez, coming from two professional wingers, us two,
yeah.
I can tell you, it only lasts for so long until the charade's up.
Now, another thing, a lot of people these days are doing their job interviews over things like Zoom, right? And she's saying location can say so much about whether you're getting the job or not.
Yeah, don't put your green screen as a Hawaii background with a hammock. They'll immediately know you're incompetent.
Yeah, well,
and a bit too relaxed.
She's gone on to say, don't sit on your couch. Don't even be in your kitchen. Make sure you're not doing anything else. She's done interviews while people are driving, so you're not even maintaining eye contact. They're focusing more on the road than what they are the interview. She said she's also interviewed someone who was laying on their bed watching TV. Spoiler alert, they didn't get the gig either.
Well, got multiple screens going. Got one for the interview, one for The Simpsons.
Sorry, the Crows are playing.
Priorities here.
Look, I mean, these are just some of the red flags, but that you should avoid if you are in the job market at the moment. But if you want my 2 cents, if you want some more great tools and advice, Callum, head to our Fresh Jobs website. Not only can you find plenty of jobs on there, but also things like resume templates, how to build a cover letter, and so much more. Just head to freshjobs.com.au.
Oh, definitely. There's heaps on there for you to check out. Whether you're looking for a new job or you're just starting out, give it a crack. Tom, obviously one of the biggest events in the world, the Olympics, is coming up very soon. Couldn't be more excited.
The opening ceremony is 3:30 this Saturday morning.
Yeah, and we can't wait for this. And it is obviously one of the huge aspects of the Olympics is the soccer, and something that we've all been loving for a while is the Matildas and their uprising. They've been doing an awesome job. However, as they've travelled over to France for the Olympics, there's been a little bit of a blunder.
Right, what's going on?
So they've taken a private jet, and they're the only country to take a private jet to the Olympics, which is pretty cool in itself.
The only team from Australia
only
to take
Australian
a private
team,
jet.
Which is it's cool though. I mean, that's it's pretty remarkable for us.
Well, the reasoning for taking a private jet is because of how notoriously chaotic and bad France's airport baggage handlers are.
And anyone would know this from just holidays to France, anything like that. You don't have to be a glorified sporting team to know it can be a little bit shoddy over there. Things go wrong.
Yeah. They've hired a private jet, right? They've gotten over to France. They're over there now. They're in Paris.
And they're getting ready, for their first game, and they've realised kit's missing. They've lost their baggage. So the Matildas, our lovely Matildas, who we put on the pedestal as, one of the best Australian sporting teams that we take care of. How do we lose the baggage?
Hang on. So they've taken a private jet because of the baggage issues with commercial flights.
Yeah, just for their bags to be left there at the training base in Spain. So
they've left their bags behind.
Yeah, no kit. The Matildas are not repping the green and gold at the moment. They've left it behind, and it's all a bit chaotic at the moment.
I mean, yeah, like you said, the only team from Australia taking a private jet, I mean, the Boomers, looking here, their payroll is a staggering $80 million. They were on commercial flights. The swim team was also commercial, mostly in economy. I guess we've put so much pressure on the Matildas now. I'm not even mad that they took a private jet.
Yeah.
I just hope they get up and get the goal.
Get it going before the first game against Germany, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we need the kit, but apparently it hasn't hindered any training and they'll get it within 24 hours, but it's just a bit ridiculous.
Look, I feel like this is common practice for a lot of people to lose your luggage while holidaying. Who lost your luggage, Adelaide? We've got this text here. Every time I fly back from Bali, something goes missing, and the only thing they give me back is barley belly.
Yeah, 100% guaranteed. Got this on here. I just got back from Poland on Saturday, and Lufthansa lost my bag. I got on the plane in Hamburg to Singapore without my bag. Geez, seems like a rigmarole. A lot of places there where you don't have your stuff.
I mean, it's one thing to lose your luggage, just going interstate, but losing it overseas, especially in a place like Europe.
Sure.
You may as well kiss it goodbye.
Yeah, don't know the language either. It would be a pretty tough one.
Another text here. Airline lost all my luggage when I travelled overseas for a friend's wedding. Got it back eventually, but had to buy a whole new outfit. That would be the most stressful thing, especially as if it's your friend's wedding, if the bride or the groom. Imagine not having
the suit.
Your clothes.
Yeah, you're one of the groomsmen, and the bride's like, why are you wearing a tuxedo T-shirt that you bought at a smoke mart over there?
Why is it suede?
Yeah.
Hey, let's cross over to Port Adelaide. We got Jason on the line. G'day, Jace. How are you, mate?
Hey, how you going?
Good. Yeah, very well. Hey, mate, who lost your luggage?
We flew New York, London, Oslo, train to Bergen.
Yeah.
They lost our luggage in New York as backpackers. We had 2 days before they chased us down, and when they chased us down, the taxi driver spoke Spanish. I'm Aussie. I don't speak Spanish.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't give us our luggage back.
Oh, no.
Right,
wait,
so
he wouldn't give it back?
He literally had it there.
No, wouldn't give it back because we couldn't communicate. And then some Amazonic Norwegian chick steps in, speaks angry Spanish at him, and he apologises and gives us our luggage.
So, Jason, when you went the 2 days without your luggage, what were you doing for clothes? Did you have to go buy more outfits, or were you just staying strong in the one?
Free balling, bro. Free balling.
Just don't go out in the cold.
Not even inside out.
Tom, one of the best things about being a kid is that you have absolutely no filter. And
it is a great part of being a kid.
Isn't it? And when the kid realises everyone's doomed, when they realise they've got that liberty over everyone else.
Because there's nothing, kids say the darndest things, and there really is nothing funnier, especially like a kid dropping a swear word.
Yeah.
A kid dropping an F-bomb. I don't know why, but I just find it hilarious.
Yeah, it's very funny. And I guess it does lend itself to all these different funny things that kids could say. And when you're a parent, I guess you're constantly sitting around comedy gold. And this happened exactly yesterday when we asked the Fresh fam, what did the pet destroy? Hey, Ursula in St. Maurice, tell us, what did the pet destroy?
We have a bunny called Albie.
Now, Ursula, looking at your text, did the rabbit eat your daughter's homework as well?
Amity, what did he eat?
He ate my maths and spelling homework.
Oh, that's no good.
Oh, no. Did your teacher believe you?
Yeah, because there was bite marks all over it.
Gotta love the confidence there coming on. No dramas. Yeah.
Well, Amity the daughter was pretty quick to swoop in and, get rid of any claims that the rabbit had not eaten the homework. Because I feel like
it definitely weren't my teeth marks.
There might have been a few fingers being pointed as a liar towards her at school, so she was really quick to let us know that it actually happened.
Hang on, it's only half finished anyway.
Yeah. But it was a bizarre one, the idea of a rabbit eating her homework, and she was pretty quick and vocal to tell us about it.
Yeah, so we've got to go to the phone lines here. Parents of Adelaide, we need you to give us a buzz now. What's the funniest thing your kids said?
Yeah, when we were having Beat the Receipt on the air, playing for a bit of money with the Fresh fam, one of my nephews interrogated me pretty harshly for a 5-year-old that he wanted to have a go and play and win some money. And I said, we can't.
Another mate of ours, back when he was here still living in Adelaide, he was working as a swimming instructor.
Yeah.
And during one of the lessons, he was telling me that a kid came up to him and was like, so, do you live here? And he's like, what?
At the pool.
What do you mean? And he's like, So when like the lesson's done, like where's your bedroom? Would you live in the pool?
I just assumed you were some pool-dwelling troll that lived in the water 24/7.
Text line's gone gangbusters.
Yeah, that's it. Someone has gone in, was watching the footy on the TV a few weeks back. Carlton versus GWS. The orange G for the GWS logo on the telly is orange, so my little lad goes, Blues are playing Garfield. Then follows it up by saying the umpire's name is Gordon Ramsay. He's 6 years old. I like in the text here, he said, no idea where it's come from. I feel like that's the exact same response all parents have with kids. I have no idea why they would
did he just say?
Garfield with Gordon Ramsay, the all-star chef.
It kind of goes hand in hand. Garfield loves lasagna. Maybe he's seen Gordon Ramsay cooking lasagna.
Yeah, it could happen. The wires get crossed.
Another text coming through here. My 8-year-old dropped a really loud F-bomb in the shops. Was embarrassing, but also couldn't help but laugh.
Yeah, especially in the public spot, you know, it is going to be a little bit funny. This one's similar. My son's first word literally sounded like the F-bomb. Nice moment tainted. Me and my wife like to believe he said fish.
I mean, we did touch on it before as well. Kids dropping a swear word like that. As much as it's like, yeah, you got to tell them, don't do that, don't do that. It is hilarious.
Yeah, especially when it's their first word. I mean, I can see why you substituted for fish when Grandma asked, what was little Billy's first word?
Fish, it was
yeah,
fish.
It's definitely fish.
Another text here. Whenever my daughter wants something, she starts speaking with a Texan accent. I don't know where she got it from, but it makes us laugh and she'll usually get her way.
Yeah, okay. Good one. This one here, my 5-year-old son orders food at restaurants like he's a 45-year-old man. What does that mean? Like he's ordering the roast of the day?
I know exactly what that means. You know, like kids that are just old men.
Yeah, just pulling down the glasses a little bit, having a read of the menu.
Sweater on. Like, it's too damn cold in here to crank the heat. Another text. Morning, boys. I taught my 6-year-old nephew to do the Hannibal Lecter with smiley Fritz. It's adorable, uncomforting, but most of all, hilarious.
That's horrific. Definitely uncomforting for sure. This one here, when I was a kid, I saw my reflection on a cooking pot. I ran around the house telling my parents I'm on pot. Didn't know what it meant back then.